Hello YouTube family, and welcome to episode 12 of our shed build. Well, today it is December 10th and it is going to be 62 degrees here in Southwest Ohio. It's just incredible. If that's global warming, at least for now, I'll take it. Now we need to get a lot of work done today because tonight and through tomorrow it is supposed to rain in biblical proportions. And so we want to begin doing the deck, our loft here, and begin building our wall. We'll see how much we get through in this episode. But let me go ahead and turn the camera around and show you what we're going to be doing to build that loft. We're going to be running joists that run from the front to the back of the shed and putting a deck here so I can end up getting more storage out of this roof space. This is, again, one of the reasons why we did a 10-foot face on our shed. I have all kinds of things I'll show you later that I'm going to end up storing. Now, there's a number of ways that we could end up running these joists from front to back. We could end up just simply screwing or nailing them into here, leveling them out so they come all the way over, and nailing or screwing them there. We could give it a little bit more support by putting some sort of block underneath the joist to help carry that weight. But what I'm going to do instead is take 1x3s and run them all the way across the front and screw those in or nail those into my joists, and nail them into my studs of my wall, and then run my joist on top of that, and then screw them into the studs here. This is going to help that board carry the weight. Not that I'm going to be putting a lot of weight in my loft to begin with, but again, just going to get up a little bit more structural integrity. And I am going to end up running my deck joists all the way over to my studs and screwing them in this way. So we'll have that board carrying the weight, we'll have it tied into the stud, and we'll have all kinds of support. That way, nothing necessarily will be moving. So let's go ahead and start getting some lumber cut and start getting that done. I thought long and hard about whether to put in the wall first and then use that wall in the middle to support my joists as I was putting them up. And that would have to do a lot of pre-measuring to make sure I got everything right, because I've got to think about how thick I want my decking to be, to where that's going to land, to blah, 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 blah. So what I'd rather do is just go ahead and make this loft and deck, and then build the wall that comes up to the deck. I just think for me, it's going to be simpler. What I've decided to go with is a 7-foot ceiling. So the bottom of my support board is going to be at the 7-foot mark. It actually will probably give me about another 3 inches, so about 7 foot 3 inches. I don't know, maybe I'll bring the support board down so the top of it is at 7 inches. But I'm gonna run it from this corner all the way to this first outside corner, because I am gonna have a wall that comes out towards me here and put in a doorway, because remember, this is where our seed starts are gonna be. I'm gonna make a small room so we can work to keep this warm. Also, if you remember, our solar is gonna be coming through this wall, so all of the electrical is going to be about there, and then the rest on the back side of all of this is going to be tool storage, as well as storage for other things that we use for our garden. So I'm gonna go ahead and measure the support board for the front, and I am going to double check and make sure that the measurement also coming across here is also the same. Don't assume that the back is going to be the same measurement as the front. So let's go ahead and get that done. Now there's going to be a number of things that we're going to do to get this board up on the wall. I know it might seem like a simple task. Why put so much effort into it? We're going to draw our lines. We're going to put a level on it, make sure that the deck's going to be level from this direction to this direction, and we will also end up making sure it's level from front to back. But one of the things that I'm going to make sure that I do is I put these boards up. Even though it's not a very long board, I'm going to look to see if my board has a crown, and this board does have a crown. The board goes this way, so I want my crown facing up. And I've left my pencil outside, so this is a shed. I'm not going to be too worried about it. I'm just going to go ahead and put an arrow that shows me where my crown is. And let's go ahead and take a look at this one too to see if I have a crown. Yeah, I have a crown on this one too. So we're going to put the crown up on my deck support boards. So we're going to go ahead and run a tape measure from the floor up to my 7-foot mark, and I'm going to mark it on each stud in the wall. And then I'm going to put my level on those marks to make sure that the 7-foot mark is actually level. My floor could be a little off level, and we want to make sure that the support board running all the way across, it does not slant one direction or another. And so it's really nice to have this 8-foot level. Kind of gives you an idea of how tall I am. It's 6 foot. And we're going to get that on there, and we're just going to make sure that everything's nice and level. It's important for us to do that because my marks, while maybe not exactly at 7 feet because I was reaching above my head, once I put that on there, it was not level. So it was good to put that level on there, but it gave me that approximate 7-foot mark. So let's go ahead and get our first board put up. Now, for those who are wondering what I was just doing over on the other side there, I'm taking my support board and kicking it in to push this end of the board up. It's down just a little bit, and so by doing that, it helps stabilize that, kick that up just a little bit while I drive the screw in. I'm going to do the same with the back wall here, but the difficult part is going to be getting level from front to back. I'm probably going to make my level mark here on the back wall, put one screw in one end, maybe one screw in the other end, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut one of my joists that I am going to be putting between the two, lay that on the two boards to see how far off I am on level. Let's go ahead and do that. I'll bring you back in probably when I'm laying that cross joist, because you don't need to see me put in another board. I think I can live with that. Let's go ahead and get the rest of them cut now. Now, I haven't screwed these in on the ends at all, but I got a nice level. I've got basically these 16 on center, and I'm gonna go ahead and screw these into the side joist. This might be it for today, and this might just be a nice short video. I might also just go ahead and pre-cut my wall. Again, now that I have these up, I can get a accurate measurement from floor to the bottom of this to know how long I need to cut my studs. And I can get all that pre-cut. I can get it put inside here, because this wall is going to be small enough. I could actually build inside here and raise it up and not have any problem. But for now, from Brian here at Simple Homesteading and my neighbor's German Shepherd, we are glad that you are with us today. If this video was an encouragement to you, or you liked it, hit the thumbs up button. If you're not yet a subscriber, hit the subscribe button. And as always, you have a blessed day.